This a Batman tune. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West Practical, Gladiator, Maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Hey, shalom, Israel, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashem Yahushai, to all the sisters, you know what I'm saying, welcome. This is an episode of, I guess, a special edition of Real-Time Revelation. You know what I'm saying, we're on the UK, YouTube and Facebook. I would usually be on either the TikTok or the or my own, you know, Facebook, but the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of and doesn't seem to want me on either of those platforms at the moment. So we still gonna get this episode out. I mean, this episode gonna be fire, so we still have to get this out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way we can get on the airways, we're gonna get on these airways. All right. So we on the UK pages, you know what I'm saying? Lord out, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I'm just gonna rock it out on this page, all right? So as y'all can see from the title, Northern Ireland has, as of recently, become a war zone. There's absolute war on the streets, and your oppressor is wreaking havoc on the streets of Ireland right now. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who doesn't know, Ireland is part of the UK, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. We got to go see what's going on in Ireland right now. And this is not something that's, of course, just in Ireland. You had the summer riots that were in the UK, all over the UK. And there's going to be more riots. There's going to be more tension between the races. There's going to be more things like this as we head towards the Third World War, as we head towards the end days. You know what I'm saying? The Bible prophesies that nation will rise against nation, and that's absolutely what you're seeing here. You're going to see it more. You know what I'm saying? If I was a so-called, I am not if I was, but you know what I'm saying, if I was a brother or sister that wasn't in the school, now is the time to get in the school. Now is the time to join the sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Before before your doors get kicked off, before you get a petrol bomb or a Molotov cocktail thrown through your window or your curtain set on fire. And if you think I'm joking, just look at what I'm about to show y'all. If you think I might be over exaggerating. Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna share this video real quick. Let's see where we at with it. Get this up on the screen. Let's do this one. All right, let's play this.
The leisure centre has.
You can see from the title right here, it says anti-migrant riot spread in Northern Ireland as mobs attack police. All right.
Been set on fire in the town of Larne in Northern Ireland this evening after its windows were smashed by people wearing masks. A local MLA said the site had been attacked by thugs. It comes after 2 nights of violence in Ballymena, about 20 miles away. Rioting broke out there on Monday after a protest about an alleged sexual assault in the town. The police service of Northern Ireland had already requested help from other forces in the wake of the violence, which was described as racist thuggery. Well, let's go straight to our Ireland correspondent, Sarah Gervin, who is in Ballymena this evening. And are we looking at a spread of this violence, Sarah?
So right here, I actually said, so in the introduction, this leisure centre has been set on fire. This leisure centre in Larne in Ireland has been set on fire in the wake of further protests or further riots in Ballymena. So let's read out a little bit before we continue with this video. Let's read a little bit about what the protests or what the riots is. It's not really a protest, what the riots is about. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor loves to look down on black people too, because we riot when we go, we riot to what's the word? To show that we're being oppressed. That's the only way we can seem to get any attention from the oppressor, albeit it's always negative. But you know what I'm saying, it's interesting to see, and it's not like the oppressor is new to rioting, but they always look down on us and say, well, when we riot, we're just criminals and thugs and hooligans. Well, this is what happens when oppressors riot. We're about to get into it. All right, let me share this tab right here, if y'all can see. I might make this one bigger so we can read it better. All right, so Thursday briefing, what sparked days of racially charged violence in Northern Ireland. So this is days, like not just a day, you know what I'm saying? This is multiple days of racially charged violence. These oppressors are wreaking havoc on anybody who is non-white in Ireland. All right, let's read on. All right, it says, in today's newsletter, the unrest in Ballymena escalated as tensions over immigration spiraled, leaving police injured and homes damaged. It says, over the past 3 nights, Ballymena in Northern Ireland has been rocked by riots. At least 17 police officers have been injured, while homes, businesses, and vehicles have also been damaged. The unrest erupted after a vigil on Monday for a teenage girl who was allegedly assaulted by 2 14-year-old boys. The boys had appeared in court earlier that day and were charged with attempted rape, where a Romanian interpreter read them the charges. Right, so these young boys were Romanian, and because these young boys were Romanian, which I don't even know, I believe Romanian is what? Romanian is damn near white. I believe it's pretty much the same thing. Like Romania is a European country, so these is really just other white people. But these Romanians allegedly assaulted a teenage girl, and because of that, anybody who is not white in Northern Ireland or in Ballymena, or that's spreading as we saw, it spread into other areas. anybody who is non-white. That this is really just the oppressor's excuse to do what he always wanted to do. As we just read earlier in the article, is tensions over immigration spiraled. So it's not really about Romanians or wanting to get justice about Romanians. It's about everybody who's been migrating over to Ireland. It's about anybody who's not Irish. All right, let's read on. Police said the unrest escalated into racially motivated violence, with mobs targeting foreign residents in the country Antrim town. They broke windows and tried to set fire to curtains, leaving families terrified in their homes. Good night. And your oppressor calls us, thugs. He calls us animals. I mean, good night. Families had to get their homes broken into and fire, set to their curtains with their whole families inside. Because what? Because your oppressor is, your oppressor's upset about something. He's angry that there's too many non-white folk that he's seeing on a day-to-day basis. So your house has to get burnt down. Your business has to get burnt down. I mean, just everything. When black people riot, it's because we're actually being unalived. We're being unalived and no one cares. They're just, it's just their government is allowing other nations into their country. That's it. But that what's happening now is far worse than anything they could point the finger at black people and say, well, look, you're a bunch of violent hooligans. I mean, good night. Families are terrified in their homes, and your reasoning is because allegedly 2 Romanian boys assaulted a young girl. I mean, what does that have to do with the people in the house you're burning down? I mean, good night. It says, hold on. Leaving the families terrified in their homes. On Wednesday, a fire broke out at a leisure center during a third night of disorder. Smaller protests took place on Tuesday night in Lisburn, Coleraine, Newtown Abbey, Carrickfergus, and Belfast. In one video shared online, a woman tells the rioters, "Be careful, lads." A man then informs her there were people living in one of the houses being attacked. She replied, "Aye, but are they local? If they're local, they need out. If they're not local, let them effing stay there." I mean, good night. Good night. So if they're local, in other words, if they're white, if they're Irish, then they need help. Like, get them out. But if they're not local, let them stay there. Anybody who's not white Irish, let them stay there and burn to death. Is what this woman say. Let's read on. Liam Kelly, the chair of the Police Federation of Northern Ireland, which represents officers, said the police prevented a program with consequences too painful to contemplate. All right, let me see what else I want on this. All right, cool. Yeah, so good night. I mean, the streets are being set on fire, houses set on fire, buildings being broken into, doors kicked in. Anybody who is a so-called immigrant, and you could have all the paperwork you want. What they mean by anti-immigration is anybody, they're against anybody who's not them, who's not white. That's what they mean. Because you could have your paperwork. I don't think they knock it on doors. What I'm saying, go around asking people, well, are you, do you have your paperwork? No, it's about anybody who's non-white. All right. Let me read this here. Let me see if I want any more on this. Let me get this part. So it says about 393,000 long-term international migrants are estimated to have arrived in Northern Ireland between the years of 2001 and 2023. All right. The latest census shows that about 3.4% of Northern Ireland's population are from a minority ethnic background. So they're burning everything down. Like anybody who's they complain about immigration, and if you're not white, your house is getting broken into and burned down and attacked by these racist thugs. But only 3.4% of Ireland's population are from minority ethnic backgrounds, meaning only about 3% of the population is non-white. I mean, good night. You think it's a crisis? It's 3%, 3.4%, compared with 18.3% in England and Wales, and 12.9% in Scotland, making it the least diverse region in the UK. I mean, good night. I think it's a reason it's one of the least diverse. I mean, good night. With 3%, they're ready to burn Belfast and burn Ballymena, burn Northern Ireland to the ground to get anybody who's non-white out of there. I mean, good night. I guess they have a little less patience than your average oppressor in England and Wales and Scotland. Just a little bit. People here feel it happened very quickly. I mean, good night. Some areas have seen a significant number of arrivals, including parts of Belfast and also here in Ballymena, which is largely a working-class loyalist area. There were a cluster of streets where a lot of migrants have ended up, particularly in Eastern Europe. So these are Eastern Europeans, like your Romanians or whoever else there. I don't particularly know all the countries in Eastern Europe, but these are just other oppressors. But because of that, everybody has to get it. Everybody who's not Irish, you know how to get it. Rory spent much of yesterday speaking to residents who told him they were overwhelmed or being overrun. While there is some acknowledgement that many of the migrants bring skills and do good things in terms of opening businesses and might be their friends, they say others are causing lots of problems. I mean, good night. So whenever a oppressor tells you, well, I got a black friend, or I got a this friend or that friend, yeah, they could give a damn about that. While they see that, I guess, some black people can do good things, and they might be friends with them. As a whole, they see black people as thugs and criminals, and they see black people as targets, as absolute targets. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it even says right here that the clashes in Ballymena feel similar to last summer's anti-immigrant riots that spread across England and parts of Northern Ireland. Rory, covering the rioting in Belfast last summer, in the loyalist area of Sandy Row, foreign-owned businesses were being targeted for attacks, looting, and intimidation. So it's just the same thing happening here. An influx of foreigners, and they are crashing out. They're quite frankly, they're just crashing out. All right, now let's get more on the video of what's going on. Let's see more about how these oppressors are wreaking havoc and turning Northern Ireland into a war zone. All right, let me get this video right here. This video is titled "Angry Mobs Went on a Rampage Through the Streets of Ballymena for a Second Evening as Riot Police from across the country were drafted in to push back against an escalating ambush." So let's get this.
Night 2, and it was just as ugly. An angry mob on a rampage as violence spread in this corner of Northern Ireland. Riot police fought back as the ambush escalated. This has been rumbling on all week after a vigil for a girl who was the victim of an alleged sex attack was, according to police, hijacked by masked racist anti-immigration thugs. At least 2 of the 3 accused are Romanian.
I have 2 kids, and
so it says at least 2 of the 3 accused are Romanian. Meaning, well, what is the other one? I mean, the other one very well might be an Irish person, but 2 of the 3 are Romanian, and that means all foreigners have to be unalived. Yeah, as they said, I mean, even this whole thing, they even said on the news, it's been hijacked by people who really just want anybody non-white out of their country. I mean, it's nothing to do with justice for those young girls. It's nothing to do with anything. The oppressor's just sick of, seeing anybody. It's sick of trying to put on a fake smile. And when the oppressor gets sick and tired of doing that, I mean, people are going to be unalived. People are going to be, unalived. Don't let it be you. Brothers and sisters, don't let it be you who's, unsuspecting of the violent criminal that your oppressor is. Let's play on.
Of the 3 accused are Romanian.
I have 2 kids, and in the house now they're sleeping. A lot of people have their kids sleeping. It's not good for them to see this.
And this is what the fallout looks like. Neighbours say a minority family were hounded out of this home firebombed overnight,
Yeah, good
as
night.
eyewitnesses told.
Good night. Yeah, that whole family got torched. I mean, I wish it showed me. It keeps blaring the video, but look at this damage.
As a family were hounded out of this home, firebombed overnight, as eyewitnesses told Sky News. Hundreds swarmed outside, chanting, armed with weapons.
It said hundreds, and this is again they're supposedly using the excuse of, well, this is in response to this young girl who got assaulted, right? It said hundreds of white Irish people surrounded this house, shouting and with weapons, and torched this house to the ground. Now, who does this house belong to? Does this house belong to the alleged assailants? I don't know. I think it would have said that. This house just belonged to some random, migrants. What did it say earlier on in the video? Let me run it back a little bit.
Were hounded out of this home. And this is what the fallout looks like. Neighbors say a minority family.
Just a minority family. That's it. Just a minority family who had to be rushed out of this building as it got set on fire by hundreds of angry oppressors.
Were hounded out of this home, firebombed overnight, as eyewitnesses told Sky News. Hundreds swarmed outside, chanting, armed with weapons. There is simmering tension in this town.
Yeah, you know what the funniest thing is? If you're a what's it called, an ethnic minority in Ireland, you better hope you don't have a white friend, because your white friend knows where you live, and he's gonna point you out to his white buddies who are going around attacking migrants. He's gonna point you out. I know where one lives. Yeah, I'm friends with him. It's my mate. Yeah, I know where one lives. You better hope you don't have a white friend. You better hope no white friends know where you live. Lord allow you have enough maybe neighbors that are non-white. I mean, good night.
And that is boiling over. The talk here is this could go on for weeks, putting pressure on.
So the talk is that this could go on for weeks. Yeah, your oppressor ain't slowing down anytime soon. This could go on for weeks. I mean, good night. I guess we'll see. Race wars are beginning in the UK. It's in Ireland. It's only a matter of time before your oppressors in England and Wales and wherever else say, you know what, F it. I think it's time. Irish are doing it. Let's follow suit. I mean, they already started a thing in the summer last year. There's nothing really holding them back. As soon as they feel like it, it's war on these streets. As soon as really any nation feels like it. Yeah, there was East Indians burning cities down last year. I mean, as soon as any race really feels like it, they can just kick it off. It's only the Most High. Once the Most High is ready, you can just whoever's heart he wants to harden and just say F it, start it, then it's just gonna start.
On the police and a strain on this already fragile community. So this is your childhood street, and you had to get your mum out of her house today. Then what was that like?
No, it was hard. She went kicking and screaming. She didn't want to go. It was her house. Why should she move? But it was recommended that she go and spend a night or a few nights at a relative's house.
I think because
and this person had, what was it, his mother or his grandmother? I think it was his mother. He looked
or a
pretty
few
old.
nights at.
I mean, she must live in a migrant area, because she was advised to get out and stay with a relative, because we about to burn this whole street. How'd it go? I guess the ratio was off. The ratio was off, and now this old lady, this poor old oppressor, has to leave her home. You know what I'm saying? I really feel for her. I mean, good night. The ratio was off. Yeah, that whole street had to go.
A relative's house.
I think because there was another incident in the town to do with foreign nationals that come into the country, and there was happened with a wee girl.
So I think the people in Ballymena got upset about that and retaliated.
Authorities say officers may be drafted in from England and Wales as people from abroad flee this town in fear for their lives. Connor Gillis, Sky News, Ballymena.
Yeah, good night. Not this. This right here.
In fear for their lives. Connor Gillis, Sky News,
Now,
Ballymena.
these are some thugs and some criminals. These are some thugs and some hooligans right here. That's what they look like. That's what thugs look like. Well, let's read on a bit more about this leisure center that got burned the hell down. Also, it's likely to be just these comments. We got Kyle in the building. Shalom Princess. Yahweh Shemar Ataba Shemiah Shai. All right, who else we got? We got Gabaya Allah. Shalom Yahweh Shemiah Shai Brakatah. All right, make sure anybody else is watching, make sure y'all like the video. You know what I'm saying? Share it. We're bringing out the war that's going on in Belfast. I mean, it ain't long before, you know, it really ain't long, I imagine, before England follows suit. I mean, they looking at drafting. That's a funny thing. They're looking at drafting police from England to go over to Northern Ireland to help. But what happens when all those police are in Northern Ireland and then the English start kicking up? What's going to happen with the, you know, really is too many civilians to police, and your oppressor knows that. Your oppressor knows that really anytime they want to, en masse, they could, you know, wreak havoc on these streets. They could absolutely wreak havoc. And black people, your only defense when that happens is to have the Most High on your side. That's your only defense. No matter how, I mean, we all know that, you know, black people, we are, well, you know, we're athletically superior. Like if it was a one-on-one, you know, we taking them every time. But what we know and what we've experienced over 400 years and more from our oppressor is they are absolute masters of violence. Like they've mastered the art of violence. You know, the only defense you have against these race wars that are coming up is the Most High. I highly advise you get into the ISUPK and sit and learn. Sit and learn how to get the Most High on your side, because we haven't had the Most High on our side for over 400 years, and we know the consequences of that. But in mass, when this whole thing kicks off, I mean, good night. That there is going to be no, you know, if you're a brother or sister in the world, there is no refuge when the whole country is against you. There is no place where you can sit and relax and have rest. There is no black community. They've on purpose very strategically scattered us in different areas. They've destroyed our brotherhood as a nation, which is what we need to build up. There is no place where you can go and be, you know, safe, have a hedge. You know what I'm saying? There's just black people. Only the ISUPK. That's it. Aside from the ISUPK, there is nowhere in England, Ireland, Scotland, or Wales that you can have a majority black part of the country or a more majority black city that you can have some defense against this oppressor. I mean, the only defense is having the Most High on your side. Hey, Shalom, we got Napashra Ibe in the building. Yahweh Shemiah Shabarakatah. All right, we got who else? We got Sister Rakah. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema Alatah Shemiah Shai. Yeah, we're about to get into more about how, you know, about how it's about time. It's about that time. Let's play this video right quick.
The leisure centre has been set on fire in the town of Larne in Northern Ireland this evening after its windows were smashed by people wearing masks. A local MLA said the site had been attacked by thugs. It comes after 2 nights of violence in Ballymena, about 20 miles away. Rioting broke out there on Monday after a protest about an alleged sexual assault in the town. The police service of Northern Ireland had already requested help from other forces in the wake of the violence, which was described as racist thuggery. Well, let's go straight.
Yeah, that describes your oppressor perfectly. Racist thuggery. That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
to our Ireland correspondent, Sarah Gervin, who is in Ballymena this evening. And are we looking at a spread of this violence, Sarah?
Yeah, it certainly seems so, and things are moving really quickly here in Ballymena again this evening. Tonight, Jane, there's a heavy police presence. Officers are under attack again for the third night in a row with bottles, with bricks and with fireworks. Now, police dogs have been deployed to push those crowds back, and we've just seen 2 police water cannons arrive as well. And as you say, we've seen those pictures from Larne Leisure Centre this evening. That's a town about 20 miles away from here. That building has been attacked. Fires were set there, although police tell us they now are under control. Now, it's understood a number of people were moved from Ballymena temporarily.
So, you know, again, they're saying the reason that they're rioting is because what? Is because some 3 individuals who were accused, 2 of them were Romanian, and now everybody who's non-white Irish has to go or get burnt to death, apparently, or get unalived, or stones. They're throwing stones, fireworks, bricks. What else would they throw? I mean, good night. Did everything. You can literally get, if you're non-white in Ireland, you're literally at risk of getting stoned. Like it's straight up like that. But okay, so they're saying that there was this leisure center that got set on fire. Now, keep in mind, this is a leisure center for the community. There's like families and children in there, swimming pool and all that. Like there might be a gym in there, a library, whatever's in there. And because there were reports that some people were moved from Ballymena, which is where these alleged assault happened, into this leisure center. The whole leisure center just got burned down. We're going to read about a bit more into that article and about how it was found out that some people from Ballymena had been moved there temporarily. We're going to get into that in just a second. But let's play more about how they're burning this leisure center to the ground. Something that's supposed to be for the community. Yeah, F that.
Miles away from here, that building has been attacked. Fires were set there, although police tell us they now are under control. Now, it's understood a number of people were moved from Ballymena temporarily to that leisure centre, although we understand they have now left Larne. Now, there have been many calls for calm over the past few days. These don't seem to have been heeded. Here's how things have panned out here in Ballymena over the past 24 hours.
Let's see.
2 nights of intense violence have left homes destroyed, cars on fire, and 32 police officers injured. Police have described the disorder as racist thuggery and say they're treating the attacks as racially motivated hate crimes. This morning, another cleanup, but the events of the past few days have left their mark. Around these streets, residents are beginning to announce their nationalities. Filipino families are putting stickers on their homes, and there are also lots of union flags with signs saying things like, "This is a British household."
So now, you know what I'm saying, you have certain ethnic minorities like the Filipinos thinking, well, you know, they must be after the Romanians. I'm going to put a sign up on my door saying, well, Filipinos live here. We ain't Romanian. You know what I'm saying? They put up the Union Jack, which is the UK flag. Put that up. You know what I'm saying? You know, we British patriots. Yeah, you could be a British patriot all you want. What you'll find is if you're non-white, white people will attack you. That's pretty much the end of that. I mean, again, they're going after foreigners in their mind. And whenever an oppressor says a foreigner, it's just, you know, you could be born here all you want. You could be born here if you have a certain, you know, if you have too much melanin, you're a target. If your hair curls a little bit too much, you're a target. If you're just anybody that's not them, you could be feeling. You could put the Union Jack up on your door all you want. We're gonna see what's gonna happen to them Filipinos. It's a rough one.
Off camera, people have told us they hope that will be enough to stop their homes being attacked. Meanwhile, others are packing up and leaving. The family who...
Yeah, they hoping and praying that they just after the Romanians. We'll see. We'll see whether those Irish folk are just after the Romanians and Eastern Europeans or whoever else.
We lived here, moved to Northern Ireland from Bulgaria a decade ago, but are now moving out, no longer feeling safe after rioters ransacked their home.
Yeah, this family said, F all that. We know the type of people we're dealing with. I mean, shoot, that they the same people at Bulgaria and Romania. I think that's about the same thing. What, Eastern Europe? Let me look up Bulgaria a second. Where's Bulgaria at? Bulgaria. A country in the Balkans. What's the Balkans? I don't know. Yeah, it's right under Romania. Yeah. They know the type of people they're dealing with because that's their people. Southeastern Europe. These are Europeans. Shoot, right next to Greece. They know the type of people that white people are. They know the type of man and woman your oppressor is. They said, F that, we out. Gone. Let's get back.
It's not possible to wait to see what's going to happen. I have to save my children. 10 years we live in here and work and pay rent normally. Going to school normally. We never make problem.
Others say 10.
Yeah, she said she had to save her children. Because she knows that when it comes to your oppressor, he regards not the old or the young. He will unalive your children. He'll burn them. He'll watch them burn. Yeah, your oppressor is extremely violent.
Going to school normally. We never make problem.
Others say tension around immigration has been building in this community for some time.
There has been a failure to integrate with a small section of the immigrants. 95%, 99% integrate great, and we go on with them. And it's very regrettable that it's come to this. This is beautiful wee area to live in years ago, and everybody got along well.
So for anybody who cannot understand his accent, let me try and break this down. I do speak, I can interpret a little bit.
This is beautiful wee area to live in years ago, and everybody got along.
It's a beautiful area to live in years ago. Let me run back from earlier.
The immigrants, 95%, 99% integrate great, and we go on with them. And
he says 95 to 99%. I don't know what the hell he said last time, so I'm gonna just chalk it up and said things used to be fine around this area.
It's very regrettable that it's come.
He says it's very regrettable that it's come to this.
This is beautiful wee area to live in years ago, and everybody got along well.
It was a beautiful area years ago. Everyone got along well. Yeah. Back when, they could put on the smile. When they could put on the smile, they can only take too much, though. They can only take so much. So once your oppressor is done with putting on that fake smile, this is what happens: violence and chaos, and houses and children being burned. When your oppressor is done putting on that fake smile, I mean, ooh-wee, it's a rough one.
It has to stop.
Meanwhile, the Police Service of Northern Ireland has asked for assistance from other forces.
I have now activated the request for mutual aid resources from policing colleagues in Great Britain to ensure we have the necessary support to maintain public order and bring offenders to justice in the days to come.
6 arrests.
Yeah, so again, they requesting, help from British police or whatever. But what's going to happen when the British public knows that the British police is even less? Because they're dealing with the chaos in Belfast, in what was the Ballymena in Northern Ireland. I mean, it's the perfect time, is it not? Shoot, I mean, we're gonna see. I guess we'll see what occurs. But what I will warn and what I will encourage all Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians to do: get in the school now. Join this body now. Get the Most High on your side. Don't wait until it's too late.
Have been made so far, and police say they plan to significantly increase officer numbers moving into this evening and over the next few days. Sarah Gervin, BBC News in Ballymena.
Yeah, that's a rough one. So that's what's going on in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is a war zone right now, and it's only going to get worse. Again, they were saying this could go on just in that specific area of Northern Ireland. That could go on for weeks. Shoot, it might just go on until Christ comes back. It might just go on for however long. It might not stop until Christ cracks the sky. That's what might happen. All right, but with that, that's the show. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I come off the live in time for class. Make sure y'all tune in for night for the scripture breakdown class. You know what I'm saying it's like you're taught by Captain Karathia. Make sure y'all pull up on Saturday to Leicester. We in the Caribbean Center once more. Again, you already know every 2 weeks we in that the Caribbean Center doing the scripture breakdown class, which I hold down. Make sure y'all pull in or tune up. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the word? Pull up or tune in is what I meant to say. It's like it. All right. Make sure y'all make it there. About to play the promo and we out. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatham Bashem Yahushai to all the sisters. Shalom.